Well, hey everybody, welcome back to another grilling video, and in today's video we have something special for you. So today we're going to go ahead and make fajitas on the Blackstone griddle, and this really is pretty easy. We went ahead and picked up about 1 3/4 pounds of skirt steak, and then I did two boneless, skinless chicken breasts that I've had marinating since last night, and I'll talk about those in just a moment. We're going to do this with onions and peppers on it, and frankly, most of the family doesn't actually like the onions and peppers in there, so I'm just going to do 1 onion and 1 pepper. I think that'll be more than enough. We'll be seasoning these pretty simply on the steak, just with smoked salt and a little bit of this taco and fajita seasoning. This is just the Blackstone brand, but you can get anything you want. Frankly, if you use something with salt, pepper, and a little bit of cumin, that's going to be a nice sort of Mexican flavor, and it really works well for either chicken, shrimp, or beef when you're making fajitas on the flat top. Now I'm going to get started here, and I'm going to put my burners on the right-hand side. I'm going to use the left-hand side as a keep warm mode. So I'm going to go ahead and turn all of these on to low to medium. For me, that's at about the 7 o'clock position on these burners. I'll just close this up and let it warm up while we go ahead and chop up our veggies. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my onion. I like to use nice sweet onions. You'll see them called 1015 onions or Vidalia, all kind of the same thing. Just cut my ends off here, and then we'll do 1 slice through the outer layer and just peel that off. Now when I cut these, I usually will cut it right in half, long ways. Now I like to slice these as sort of half rings. I think that's a nice way to do them on the fajitas. And I'm gonna vary these in size. I will tell you, this is not the best knife for this. The blade is so thick on the top end, it's really hard to cut them thin. But because we're doing fajitas, I don't want them to be too thin. Not quite as thick as the actual meat, but about 1/3 of the thickness of your chicken or beef strips. That's usually a good rule of thumb for me. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take these and I'm going to pop them on their sides, and I'm going to cut each one so it's essentially a 1/4 of a curl. And the reason is just because they will break apart a little bit easier when I do it that way. There we go. And you'll notice now as I pop these in here, they're sort of coming out as these 1/4 rings, which is perfect for the fajitas. If you have any that are too big, like I just noticed this is a pretty big chunk right here. I'm going to cut this one up a little bit smaller. And then again, we just want to break these up so they're just little curls. And you can break them up in the bowl, or frankly, just by the time you mix them around on the flat top, they're going to all come apart anyway. Now, if you're doing this for people who don't like to have their veggies mixed, in other words, somebody who just likes onions or peppers, certainly put them in 2 different bowls. I'm just going to put these directly on the flat top when it's ready, because I'm probably the only one having the onions and peppers. Alright, the way I like to cut these is just cut it directly in half, right through the stem, and I cut around the top of the stem a little bit here. Same on the other side. And I just go ahead and remove the whole seed pod right out of there. Now you can do this with poblano peppers, green peppers, serranos, jalapenos. I like a mild pepper, so I just use a yellow bell pepper or orange bell pepper. It's what they had at the store, so it worked for me. And we're just going to cut these in nice thin strips. Now I'm going to cut these a little thinner than the meat strips, because I like these to be fully cooked. I don't want them to be crunchy in my fajitas. That's just my preference. You do you, though. Now, I do like to salt both of these before I put them on the grill, so you'll notice I'm just going to go ahead and salt this, salt my peppers. Alright, let's get these tossed on here. This is up to temperature. I can sort of smell the oil on it right now. Now we're just going to go ahead and take our onions and we're going to pour them right out here on the griddle. This is going to help cool it down for a minute. I'm just going to scoot these around a bit. And then I don't want these to get too crispy, so I'm going to dome them and add a little bit of water in there so they steam just a little bit. So with our lid open like this, we're just going to go ahead and pour some water in here. We'll lid that up for a bit. Down we go with those. I like my peppers to be a little bit charred, so we're going to let these go without doming them, without steaming them. We're going to get those a little bit charred before we dome those as well. And they're starting to get just a nice little blister on them. That's exactly what we want to see there. See that? Let them keep softening up just a bit more. See here, we got one that still didn't cut quite through that one quite all the way. There we go. Now these are looking pretty nice. I'm just going to go ahead and check these out in here. I'm gonna flip these peppers over. Let them keep going. And we're just gonna flip around our onions a bit. Now the nice thing is they're starting to get a little bit translucent. That's good. We're gonna steam these just a little bit longer. Let's go ahead and undome these onions and take a closer look here. These are looking real nice. Now I'm just going to add a little bit more oil and we're going to let these saute now. I think we've got them soft enough. Now I want to crisp them up and brown them up. And we've got some nice boat neighbors coming out here. You can see just how nice both of these look. I'm gonna let these get a little bit more blistered while we start prepping our meat. And with those are looking nice. Now, skirt steak is amazing, and what I found is it's best to go ahead and cook it before you cut it. Chicken, on the other hand, I like to slice first, so it's a little bit of a unique setup. So this is already trimmed real nice. You can see skirt steak is a nice thin cut of meat. And you can see it's long, right? So we're gonna put this right down on the whole grill. And this is gonna be fast. Once we put this down on the grill, this might cook 3 minutes on each side. That's it. It really is gonna be a nice fast cook. Let's start with how we season this up. Really simple. We're gonna go salt. And then we're gonna go with this fajita rub. Taco and fajita rub. Now I do it a little bit liberally on here, that's fine. Now we're going to turn this over, we're going to season both sides of it. Alright, so we've got both sides of this seasoned. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move my vegetables over to the keep warm side, I'm going to pop this on the grill. Now we also have chicken. Now I went ahead and took this chicken and I sliced it up raw. Chicken breast in little strips. I went ahead and coated this again with salt, pepper, and this fajita seasoning. I did that last night, and I just put this in the fridge with a little bit of olive oil on it. Really, really nice. You can see the color of that. Look at that color of that chicken. So it's got this nice sort of rich brownish color, and it's going to lead to some amazing flavor. It smelled phenomenal when I opened it up. Yeah, those look great. Look at that. Slide these over here in our keep warm. And same with our onions. I'm just going to lay this beef right on here. We're going to put this up to about 7 on the dial here. You notice I'm doing it right over each of the burners. I'm also pushing it together. I don't want it to be really stretched out too far. That should be good, just like that. As I mentioned before, we're not going to keep this on very long. Look at that. It's getting just about the color we want on there. We want it up nice and high, and nice black marks or dark sort of scorch marks are really good. All right, let's get these guys turned over. You'll see what I mean here. We want this to be nice and sort of scorched in a few places. That's perfect. Do the same with this guy here. Woohoo, that was close, folks. All right, these tongs suck. Look at that. Yeah, it does suck. Let's go ahead and take this off of here. I'm going to skewer through that. My blade right underneath it. Same with this one. Let's take a look at that under there. That looks good. Let's grab our chicken and we'll put it right out here on the griddle top. We'll break all of that up. And spread these out a bit. Alright, we're just going to let these kind of go, and we'll flip these over one time in just a few moments. As I mentioned before, we're going to go ahead and cut these across And then we're going to cut them kind of with this against the grain so that each piece comes apart real nice and easy when you go to chew on it. Forgive my cutting board, it sits on these little cleats, so I need to cut in the center here or it's going to teeter-totter. That's actually pretty long for a fajita, so what I might do is actually cut the next one in 3 pieces instead of 2 before we pull that apart. Now this is perfect. Take a look at the inside of this, just a little bit rare. Take a look at the inside of that, juicy as can be. Just a tad bit pink. Let's give this a shot. Oh man, that is flavorful beyond belief. All right, and these are starting to look good. You can see how they look on the other side. That's exactly what we want. Now it's just a matter of flipping these guys over. And I find it easiest to do with a fork and tongs, but you do whatever works best for you. And I like to stick with a bit of a pattern so I know which ones are flipped and which ones aren't. It's usually obvious, but just in case. We're going to take these off in just a few moments. They are almost done, probably 2 minutes on this side. All right, it's time to take this chicken off of here. Look at that, it looks phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. There's but one thing to do, and that's heat up one quick flour tortilla and give this a shot. These look absolutely phenomenal. I haven't tried the chicken yet. It'll be hot, hot, hot. It's still tender and juicy inside, but it has this nice little char on the outside. A little bit of that cumin flavor. Really is good. All right. Let's give this a shot. We're going to put some peppers in here. Holy Hannah, this thing's hot. Man, oh man. You know what happens when you take it right off the grill? Well, by golly, it's hot. Shouldn't be a surprise now, should it? All right, I'm going to take just a piece of chicken and put it on one end, and I'm going to do the beef on the other. There we go. Fold it over. Now I'm not going to insult you and show you how to do fajitas. You do them the way you want. I have onions and peppers in mine, no cheese and no sour cream, though I like both of those. So let's start with the beef side. It is absolutely amazing. All right. You never eat a fajita from both ends, but I'm turning it around, going for the chicken side. This is why they have combo fajita platters at Mexican restaurants, right? It's too hard to decide. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Really is simple. On the Blackstone or flat top, we just use skirt steak with a little bit of salt and a little bit of, this happens to be Blackstone's taco and fajita mix, but salt, pepper, cumin, chili powder is a really good mix. We used 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts, sliced them up while they were still raw, seasoned them in the same thing along with a little bit of adobo. That's just an all-purpose seasoning. And then did some onions and peppers. Threw them on the Blackstone. This skirt steak we probably did for 3 to 4 minutes on each side. That was it. And it's beautifully red right in the center. It's nice and tender, and I'd say at a medium rare on the inside, but still has some of that char on the outside. I'm going to load this stuff up, take it into the house for the family. We'll be having fajitas tonight for dinner. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Safe and happy grilling, y'all. Bye now.